good morning, everyone. I'm Jacob Murphy.
I'm Natalie Bonner.
Again, everyone, welcome you here to Wake Up Cullman. So, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
You know, I'm surviving.
You're surviving.
That's my favorite thing to tell people because it's accurate and it's true.
Accurate means true.
Redundancy is my name.
Alrighty then. Well, you know what we had happen last night? Did you hear about shooting?
Terrifying. Terrifying, actually.
Yeah. So an Arab officer was injured. Suspect was killed during a shootout in Cullman County. So this all took place last night, and it actually happened at a chicken house out in Cullman County, and it did leave one Arab police officer injured, and his name is Jeff Preacher Warren. He is in the hospital, though, and expected to make a full recovery. Details are still kind of emerging from this, so, you know, surprising turn of events why something like this would occur out at a chicken house, but, you know, you never know what this situation concerning it could be, so, anyway, it says the shooting, according to the Arab Tribune, which has been providing updates through its Facebook page, the wounded Arab police officer was alert and talking as he was loaded onto a medical helicopter.
That's the best part of this story, is to hear that the gentleman who was risking his life is in not a situation that we should be concerned. Now, anything can happen, and we pray for the best for the officer, but again, we are glad to hear that it's not grim news the moment
right,
he leaves.
Yes, and that suspect was killed. There was another suspect, a woman, who was taken into custody. So, you know, as that story further develops and we have growing details, we'll be posting that online as well.
Absolutely. And again, as stated, it's kind of odd to hear about something like this not only happening in that location, but then happening at a chicken house. That's only in Alabama.
Yeah, we're just not sure about that, but we'll find out more details concerning it soon.
Yes. Okay, so I've got a fun story for everybody.
Okay.
Alrighty. So the other day, came home, and we were going to pick up and going by Mad Dog Mike's famous barbecue. Just going to go, see him pick up some barbecue, and this was Friday night. We get to the wonderful Berlin area, and there is a horse running down the highway.
A horse?
A horse, followed by the sheriff.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Some of the deputies were trying to corral a horse off of the road.
That is very frightening. Wow.
The best part of this story is that the horse did not look like it was full grown. So you had this gaiting pony running down wildly through people's fields.
Yeah.
With the police chasing it.
Wow.
And it was, I don't know, it was the best, especially for that area because the whole traffic stopped. At the one stoplight they have, traffic was stopped. We were just watching.
That is so funny.
I think that horse probably made about 3 miles.
Wow.
It's just running all over the place. So just picture
That
this
is
giant, wildly, overly happy horse for no reason. This horse is having the best day ever, and it's getting its own police escort. Moral of the story is be a happy horse. That is... Life is not more simple than for the guy who's a happy horse. Alrighty. Well, in terms of being happy and mentioning one of our sponsors, every day on the show we like to give out some awesome prizes. And you can only find out about those prizes if you check our Facebook page and see who the Facebook sponsor of the day is. So why don't we take a look at what those prizes are for today. Alrighty, well we got a Bojangles sausage biscuit. And again, Mad Dog Mike's family famous barbecue pack. That's a pound of meat, 2 16ths outsides, and 4 buns. And the Chick-fil-A Choose Your Treat, which also now includes a meal. So definitely want to check that out. So again, call us at 256-734-7399, 256-734-7399. And the only way you can win, again, is by checking our Facebook page and figuring out who the sponsor of the day is. We want to hear from you, so definitely call in to win those prizes.
And now our favorite part of the day for me is our Facebook friend of the day, and that is going to be Amberly Hines. And she likes Frozen and Castle, and we would like to give Amber a free large barbecue sandwich from Mad Dog Mike's famous barbecue.
Love that sandwich. Love that sandwich. Good barbecue.
Excellent lunch, definitely.
Absolutely. And you know, Bojangles have some great chicken. Love their chicken biscuits, so you definitely want to go check those out. There's a sausage biscuit though, and if you haven't had those, the griddle on that is amazing. It's amazing.
Maybe that'll be my breakfast.
Oh, yeah, hey, I encourage it. I think they'll encourage it. Everyone encourages it. You should do it. Alrighty. So, anything else you want to mention before we talk about our guest today?
Just I hope this Monday is short. You know, it's Monday. It's painful.
Why does everyone hate Mondays?
It's hard.
Hard in comparison to what?
Sunday.
Touche. Okay. Alrighty. Well, we have an awesome guest on today.
Yes,
That's
we do.
Mr. Wendell Miller, and he's representing a group that's hosting an event this next weekend. So we definitely are excited to talk to him. We personally know Mr. Miller. Went to college with his son, so I'm excited to talk to him today. So if you'll join us again in just a moment, we'll be right back.
Overwhelmed by home refinancing offers from telephone solicitors and direct mail advertising, and then find you're not qualified for a specific plan? The Mortgage Center, a hometown lender, compares the rates from all home loan lenders and the qualifications of the various government programs to find a plan best suited to you. The Mortgage Center helps Cullman County people purchase and refinance their homes.
This is Pat Newton. Call us today and let us tailor a loan program to your specific needs and requirements.
I'm Jay Mullins with Premier Bank.
And I'm Jacob Mullins.
For more than 26 years, we've been providing friendly personal banking services to the citizens of Cullman and surrounding counties. We continue to provide new and improved services to our customers, and we even have a new look. So come by and see us at any of our 9 convenient locations. And remember, the same friendly personal service, and we're open on Saturdays.
With classic bolognese behind you, there are racks of lamb ahead. There are tartlets to take on, and crazy knife skills to perfect. There is you and your muse, the appliance brand more chefs choose. Chefs choose KitchenAid for their homes more than any other brand. And when every machine does incredible things, there's so much more to make.
And welcome back. So today we are joined by Mr. Wendell Miller, and I love having you on the show. So hello, Mr. Miller.
Thank you for coming today.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yes, sir. So, Mr. Miller, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? How long have you been in the Cullman area?
Well, we moved back to the area. We're native Alabamians, Jake. We moved back to Alabama in December of 2011. I was pastoring over in Georgia, in southeast Georgia, close to Savannah. And we've got a lot of reasons to be back here. Number one is the Lord, but number two is we have 7 grandchildren within an hour of us, and we enjoy that. But it's been a wonderful thing. We grew up in Shelby County in a little town called Calera.
Okay.
And went to college in Birmingham. First 2 years at Jeff State, and then finished at Sanford. Had the opportunity to go to New Orleans Baptist Theological Seminary, have a Master of Divinity down there in counseling education. But in college and campus ministry, I met my wife Mary on a retreat, and it's been a wonderful, wonderful thing for us. And we have 4 children, 3 of them are married. Benjamin Jacob, that you went to college with, is
Yes, sir. Not
yet. But in any event, it's been a wonderful thing. In 1990, though, we had the opportunity to come back to the area and start the campus ministry program at Wallace State. And that was one of the best experiences of our life in terms of ministry and everything else. So when we looked at relocating and coming back home to Alabama, we just really felt good about coming to the area because of all the friendships and acquaintances and the ministry opportunities we had before. So we're glad to be back home.
Wow, that's incredible. So is this ministry program, is it in its 25th year then?
It is. It sure is.
Wow.
And yeah, that's one of the exciting things, to start something and yet see it prosper and grow and get even better as the years go on. We started in 1990. I was here several years, and I think a gentleman named Brad Doss came in after us and did a great job. But the last 14 plus years, Christy Hicks has been there as a campus minister, and Christy has just done a tremendous job. She really has, and you know, the friendships that she has made with the students and all the ministry that come from that is just incredible. I've been down there visiting with her off and on for the last few months, you know, talking about the event coming up. And it's incredible. She gets phone calls from students from years ago and still asks for advice, and just does a great job.
That's wonderful. What different opportunities do the students have to partake in this program?
Well, there's a number of things. I used to call it my spiritual buffet they could plug into, you know. They have, of course, a number of small group Bible studies for spiritual formation and so forth. They do a lot of things, you know, just for fun and you would say fellowship and so forth. But also there's lots of retreats, there's conferences, mission conferences, things like that, student conventions where they go in the fall and they meet with hundreds of other students from all across the state for those, and encouragement. In the summer, some students have the opportunity to literally go across the world and serve as summer missionaries, and that's a really wonderful thing. Kinsey Poston, for instance, went to Indonesia this last summer, for instance. But you know, a lot of things like that. Of course, intramural sports, and just a great place. There's a student in the student center. They have a student center in there where students come between classes and things and hang out and share and just enjoy the time together. And then there's a lunch program, Food for Thought, where the area churches help provide a lunch for a very reasonable cost on campus. And that's just some of the things.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot going on.
Well, you have several chances to be involved, for sure.
Right.
And any Wallace viewers that have not stopped by the Campus Ministry Center, it's a wonderful place. You should definitely, I do encourage you to stop by. I've frequented it a few times when I was at my time there. So it's a wonderful program. It's actually student-wise being helmed by a friend of mine that we go to some of the Cross-Haven meetings with. So it's interesting to see how it's grown and developed over the last 4 years of my time. So yes, sir. All right. So why don't you tell us a little bit about the event that you're representing today?
Okay.
This is kind of
that's fine. Basically, Christy and I were talking about things back in, I think, May, and we realized that this year was the 25th year of campus ministry, and we thought, you know, that's a significant thing.
Definitely.
And so we thought it'd be a nice thing to have a reunion, more or less, for the students from the past years. And then we thought, how can we go about that? So we decided to have the celebration of the 25 years of work. But, you know, other than just coming back too, you want to have something that's a lot of fun and encouraging. And actually, when I was in college in Sanford, I began to promote what was called Jesus music back then, the forerunner of contemporary Christian music today. And I never planned to do that. It's just something that God gave me. I was a minister of youth and also a college student, and we had a bunch of college folks over in our apartment on Thursday night called Share Group. But my students in high school, they didn't have a lot to listen to. They were listening to a lot of the secular artists like Kiss and Black Oak, Arkansas, and Black Sabbath. That didn't mean they were bad kids. That's just the music of the day. And I found this at a little Christian music store in Homewood that was the size of a walk-in closet. And it's called Psalm 150. And I went in there, I saw it, and I went in and they had 3 albums. Okay, 3 albums from California. Some good things can come from California, by the way, and this is some of it. But anyway, listened to those albums. It really shocked me and ministered to me. And I played it for my youth group, and they loved it. And I played it for the college students, my fellow college students in our apartment on Thursday nights when we did it. And the same thing. And finally I said, Lord, you know, somebody needs to do something about this. Somebody needs to promote this music. Somebody needs to bring artists like this to the Birmingham area. And it's like God said, well, why don't you?
Yeah.
Because you know about it. Well, that's great. I did know about it, but I didn't have any idea about concert promotion. Mary and I just got married. I talked my wife into marrying me after a sophomore year in college. And for all college students listening, you know, that's just me, okay? but anyway, it was a thing that I didn't know what to do, but I went to a Christian banker. He gave us a loan with no collateral to start the ministry. And,
oh, wow.
And the following 3 years, we had 31 concerts. And the first concert, we had 500 people show up. Now, this music was not being played at all anywhere in Alabama.
Right.
And so it just kept growing to finally, I mean, we had concerts in the Fine Arts Center at Sanford, and we had 3,000 people. But we wanted to do things in neutral locations because I wanted people that had never heard the gospel to have the freedom to come without feeling like, oh, I don't want to go in that building. You know, I'm all for the church, believe me, because I've been in ministry now 40 years. But the bottom line is we reached a lot of people that hadn't come into the church that way. And these, so I share with Christy about these groups, and this is just a few of the groups, a few of the artists. But basically, they were active in this ministry back then. They're from all over the Southeast and diverse styles of music, but they have all agreed to come and play a concert.
That is wonderful
for this event for us. So that's exciting to me, you know, to hear them again.
That is truly awesome. Now, how would you really describe Jesus music if someone were to just have no idea about it?
Okay. Well, it was kind of like the sound of the day in terms of music, you know, for the people that were alive back then. But basically, the lyrics were different in that they really were very meaningful. They spoke of Christ, they spoke of Jesus, they spoke of what he did in the artist's life. And the songs aren't cliche songs. They aren't, you know, just things that rhyme so it works out. So it's like that. Now, Jesus music too is very diverse in the sense that the first artist is a little bit up tempo. Shall we say rock and roll? Okay, a little bit up tempo.
Okay.
I don't want to scare anybody, but it's, you know, electric guitar. And then Jerry is more of a folk artist, and Brookie Finlayson is a little bit in between those two. And then Don and Faith Peters and their band is somewhat a little bit of country type. So it's a real diversity of sounds. It's hard to put it in just one genre, you know. But it's kind of all things for all people that we might reach some, as the scripture says.
That is wonderful. Now, how do you feel that Jesus music compares to contemporary Christian groups that are really popular right now?
Well, I will say this. When these groups came out, we didn't have all the technology that the groups do today, and we didn't have the smoke canisters, and we didn't have just massive strobe.
Right.
You know, in other words, all the other externals that are happening around, you know, a lot of the concerts, not every artist does that. I'm being a little bit facetious, but basically it was just kind of like the where the rubber meets the road type thing. You know, it's real people doing real music about real Jesus, you know. I would say, you know, it's probably, it wasn't as maybe you would say as polished as the music is today. Not just because of production, but other things too. But it was very meaningful, and to me, the lyrics of that time are perhaps stronger than some of the lyrics now.
Okay. Wow. Very nice. Well, is there any other additional events coming up that people can know about?
Well, the best thing to do there in terms of concerts and so forth, I'm just helping with this right now, and you know, we have thought about possibly bringing other Christian artists to this area, but we're praying about that. But this event is coming up next Saturday night, which is really soon.
Yeah.
August 29th.
Okay.
And that's going to be on the Wallace State campus in the Student Center, the Betty Lee Thames Theater.
All right.
And you performed there numerous times
Yes,
and everything, so you know very well about that too. But basically, it's at 7 o'clock. The doors will open a little bit before then. And it's a donation-based concert. In other words, we want people to come whether they have money or not. But if they do give money, of course, we will try to do some things to help the groups playing, but they're coming very flexibly. And all the other money is going for the campus ministry things, to send students out on summer missions and things like that. So it's a great cause, and it's just a great evening. You know, I mean, just from an entertaining standpoint, it'll be fun, but it's also a ministry thing. People will be encouraged.
Okay.
So again, just to recap, it's again Saturday, August 29th at 7 p.m. at the Betty Lee Thames Center at
Wallace
Wallace.
State.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
So, again, if you haven't made that time schedule yet for your planning, that's a wonderful event.
Oh,
to
yeah.
go to.
Now, what phone number can they call for more information?
Well, they could call the Student Center, not the Student Center, call Wallace State, and that's for Campus Ministry Office, but we have a number on here that will go directly to Christy Higgs, and it's 256-352-8280.
Okay.
And she'll be back in touch with that. But it's something not just for young people, it's for everybody. I mean, I think everybody's going to enjoy it, but especially young people.
Yes, absolutely. Well, it sounds like a wonderful opportunity.
It does, and we absolutely encourage a large turnout. Mr. Miller's
I'm all for that.
guy, so definitely go and support not only the group, but you know the people that organized it, because you know we always want to see big turnouts for these events, especially when there's a chance.
And
to,
it's just
to
a great fellowship opportunity, as well as just hearing really great music. So, awesome.
kind of intrigued by some of these groups I've never heard before. So.
Oh, yeah, I think that's the thing of it. One person said, Wendell, can I just be honest and say I hadn't heard about these groups a lot? I said, well, that's true because you weren't born yet.
Yeah, and that's
but
just
the music
a fun
is still
thing.
good. They're still performing very well, and they're really quality musicians, too. So that's fun.
Well, thank you, Mr. Miller.
Thank
we
you,
appreciate you
both
coming on the
y'all.
show
Thank you
today.
very
We love
much.
having you. If you would like to come back at some point and tell everybody how it went afterwards, we'd absolutely love to have you then as well.
that's
And
great.
congratulations on 25 years. That's incredible.
Well, thank you. I'm really proud, and I'm really grateful for the campus. Wallace is a great school and great people, great president, all the way down, and Christy's doing just a phenomenal job as campus minister.
Wonderful.
All righty. Well, if you will join us again in just a minute, we will be right back.
That's how fast the health information technology profession is projected to grow this decade. That's how much a health information technician can make in the first year. Who will you be? Be one of us and get in a Wallace state of mind.
Have you been online to see our brand new website? Go to mycullmantv.com. There you can find links to see a live stream, notes from today's shows. You can meet our sponsors and even meet us here at the station. But don't forget about that Meet the Sponsors link. There you can see advertisements from the sponsors that help keep us on the air. You can also click on the links to go to these sponsors' web pages. My Cullman Television. Let's discover Cullman together.
Life lived in black and white is not a life lived. Today, I choose color. To see it. To feel it. To be in it. To be upon it. And to live a life surrounded by it. Today, I put on a fresh coat.
And welcome back. So, again, we were just talking to Mr. Miller, and he's a wonderful gentleman.
Yes, he's great.
And he is helming a wonderful event. So I'm kind of excited to see that something like that is coming to our community. And they're a very giving group. And I always like to tie in the theme of giving because we here at the studio also like the thought of giving back to the people that support us. So the thing that we do every day is at the beginning of the show, we mention the sponsors that support us and the awesome prizes they're willing to let us give away to the audience members. So we would like to, again, remind you to check our Facebook page and figure out who the sponsor of the day is so we can absolutely give you those prizes we talked about at the beginning of the day. But in the off chance that you can't access Facebook or maybe you're not at home at the moment and don't have the ability to check it, we're going to give you a wonderful hint that might push you in the right direction of finding out who that sponsor of the day is. So the hint today is which of our sponsors offers up to 40% in discounts. We only have one that mentions it specifically like that, so you should know what we're talking about. So definitely give us a call.
And don't forget to give us a call at 256-734-7399. So go ahead and give us a call and win those prizes.
Absolutely. Alrighty, so now we've got some cool events going on worldwide, so let's take a look at those for the day.
Yes, on Friday, 3 Americans, along with 2 others, prevented a tragedy. Anthony Sadler, Spencer Stone, and Alec Scarlatos were traveling from Paris to Amsterdam on a high-speed train when a gunman opened fire. So, very scary thing to happen, but these men, they were wonderful. They were able to prevent this. They were also helped in this attempt with preventing the person from harming anyone by a French national and a Briton. So
now this scene that they described here is absolutely out of a movie. I mean, this could not be more action thriller for America.
Yeah, it's very frightening to know that it really did actually happen.
This was a mixture of gentlemen who had been and had not been to Europe before, and for something like this to happen and them to take action not only proves that we as Americans are very action-oriented, we are very step forward, but that in a time of desperate need, anyone and everyone works together. It is a very good opportunity to show that there is community between these foreign countries in events like this.
Right.
So we as not only Americans, but as people should be very proud of these individuals for stepping forward and doing something like that. And
their attempts to stop this gunman are just incredible. Scarlatos, 22, was on vacation after his return from deployment in Afghanistan as a member of the National Guard. He heard gunfire and yelled, "Get him," when he saw the gunman's weapon was jammed. He then took the gunman's rifle and hit him in the head with the muzzle.
Sadler, a senior at California State University, was on this first trip to Europe. He helped restrain the gunman and hold him down. He did tie up the gunman with help of a British passenger, and then he went to search other train cars to reassure the other passengers, where he found survival blankets and first aid kits for 2 seriously injured people.
Yeah, and Stone, the third person involved, was the first person to make contact with the gunman. He was cut by a box cutter, had injuries to his head and neck, and almost had his thumb cut off. He helped a man who had his throat cut and prevented him from bleeding out. So, like you said, straight out of a movie, very horrific. And the Briton, Chris Norman, helped the Americans overpower the gunman. He rushed over to help after the gunman was tackled. And then, of course, the unknown French national also helped in these recovery efforts. So these group of heroes have received recognition from world leaders all over, including President Obama.
So this is, again, a wonderful thing, a terrible event to have occurred, especially on a train, which is such a confined space that can have caused devastating tragedies to have occurred if something had happened, even progressively farther than that. But again, we are very glad that these people have done what they did, and it was fantastic that they are being awarded the way that they are, because they absolutely deserve it. Alrighty, now a little closer to home to us, the Foo Fighters hilariously protest the renowned Westboro Baptist Church protesters that were protesting them. That's a mouthful and a tongue twister within itself.
Westboro Baptist Church is just one of those groups that people really love to hate.
And it's strange because the whole point behind their group is obviously the Christian way of life and promoting.
Yeah. Their founder, I believe, Fred Phelps, I believe was his name. He recently passed away, and that you've had that in the news recently, but then also they're always in the news because any chance to picket, they're just right there at it. And
the signs are what catch people.
Yeah.
It's not even the protesting, it's the way they word things, and it's the way they present themselves when they are doing it. They have been known to be a little hysterical sometimes, and they've been known to put very profound and sometimes socially upsetting things on their signs because they're not blunt, or they are blunt in everything that they do.
Right.
Well, in this particular instance, at this point, world famous band, the Foo Fighters, which is the members of the band Nirvana that many people knew, they were playing the Staples Center, and Westboro actually came to the Staples Center and protested the concert.
Yes.
The rock band then decided to take a little fun into their own hands and performed on the back of a truck by rickrolling them. Now, if you were unfamiliar with the term rickrolling, Rick Astley in the 80s wrote a song called Never Going to Give You Up. That is not exactly what it's called, but it would be rickrolling by stating the actual title. The idea behind it is that you unintentionally make people listen to the song in various formats. They sat on the back of a truck and played a live concert specifically for these protesters of that song. Multiple times, by the way, not just one setting. They also held up signs that stated "Rickrolled again" and "Keep it clean." So these gentlemen were definitely picking their fun at the people that seemed to disappreciate them.
Picking their fun at the picketers, yeah. Yes. That's what was happening for them.
Definitely running with those jokes.
Yes. Hey, it's Monday. I'm just full of jokes today. Here in Cullman, though, our own Lions Club received quite a prestigious award. The Roderick Bideau Senior Lions Club of the Year Award for 2014-15 was presented to the Cullman Community Lions Club at the Lions of Alabama Annual Leadership Conference in Troy last Saturday. This award is given annually in honor of past Lions International President Roderick Bideau.
The recipient has distinguished themselves in service and promotion of Lionism according to the selected committee. So this is a prestigious award within their own membership.
The Cullman's Lion Club was actually chosen out of 140 Lions clubs in Alabama. So that really speaks to their service and dedication. And last year's community Lions Club President Ron Sabold, he actually accepted the award. So congratulations to them, and that's just such a wonderful accomplishment. We have so many wonderful civic and service groups here in Cullman. And if you are looking for any volunteer opportunities, definitely get out in the community and see where you can find your place, because there are several different agencies and places in need and people in need.
And it's fantastic that our community has such, because it offers a lot of people a lot of opportunities they would not have had previously. And it's a great thing to I mean, in a more selfish reason, to put on a resume to say that you've worked with the organization.
Right.
But then in terms, you're doing a great thing back to the community, which will then support you later on.
Right.
So it's very good to know that these organizations are being highlighted for the work that they do, and we are very proud as Cullman's, Cullmaneers is what I will call us.
Cullmaneers, I
Cullmaneers
like it.
to support these groups. So
Right.
we're definitely happy for them. Alrighty, well now is my favorite part of the show, and I say this every day, but it is absolutely true because it makes me feel the smartest I've ever felt. This is the part where I get to talk about the weather, which is brought to you by Mitch Smith Chevrolet, so make the switch to Mitch. Alright, the high today is looking at 91 with a low of 69. Record high set in 1930 at 103 with the record low set in 1948 at 54. Sunset tonight at 8:06 p.m. with sunrise tomorrow at 5:37 a.m. bright and early. Alrighty, we are looking at clearer weather, but don't quote me on that because over the last couple of days, we have even thought that beyond our thinking and had more rain than we thought we would. So we are looking at partial clouds today with a high of 84 with a chance of precipitation at 0 for right now. Tonight we're looking at some scattered thunderstorms around our area, 0% chance of rain for us, but still look out with a low of 58. Tomorrow we're looking at partially cloudy again with a high of 80 and a 0% chance of rain, so we are looking at a clearer week than usual, thank goodness, with all that rain we've had. We're looking at upper 70s to low 80s to upper 80s by the end of next week, with the low 50s now to middle to upper 60s for the lows at night. So we are getting colder, which means there's a chance that fall might actually happen this year, and that scares me because it's fall. Can't stand fall. That's that point where I start getting sick.
Literally, fall lasts maybe a month, and then we're into the dead winter. So enjoy fall.
No, I can't swim in fall or winter. Why would I enjoy that?
It's better than winter.
Maybe I should go say the Cullman Wellness and Aquatic Center. That's what I need to do.
Yeah, maybe you do. Yes.
Obviously. Alrighty. Well, if you'll join us again in just a moment, we'll be right back.
Fire, accident, storm. They all happen in Cullman County, and for 3 generations, Night Free Insurance has been there for you. Continuing today with Elliott and Westcott Free, customizing your life, home, auto, and business insurance with companies like Auto Owners, State Auto, and Southern Guarantee. Call Westcott, Elliott, Judy, Tina, Angie, or Nelda. Night Free Insurance, where people are the difference.
Hi, I'm Jay Mullins with Premier Bank.
And I'm Jacob Mullins.
For more than 26 years, we've been providing friendly personal banking services to the citizens of Cullman and surrounding counties. We continue to provide new and improved services to our customers, and we even have a new look. So come by and see us at any of our 9 convenient locations. And remember, the same friendly personal service, and we're open on Saturdays.
I remember the moment.
I'll never forget that moment.
That moment?
It was a moment that changed my life. I'd been training with my team for months, and now we had been called up for the first time. The real deal. Wildfires were getting dangerously close to homes. At that moment, I got my first taste of just how important the Guard is to my community.
See how the Guard can be an important part of your life at NationalGuard.com.
And we are back with our community billboards, brought to you by Pepsi. And don't forget to turn here for savings discounts up to 40% with Miss Catherine Morgan at State Farm. You can give her a call at 256-734-4640.
And the Alabama Gourd Festival is October 17th and 18th at the Cullman Civic Center. The admission is $3. Kids 12 and under are free. For more information, visit www.alabamagourdsociety.org.
And that cookbook fundraiser is still going on, and that's going to be $12.50 each, and that's brought to you by the Women of Faith group, Garden City Church of God. Those proceeds do benefit the church's food bank, and you can contact Rhonda Davis or Patsy Kennedy at the contact information.
Candlelight walking tours are October 5th, 2015 and October 6th of 2015. There's a guided tours through downtown Cullman. They begin at the Cullman County Museum and Fest Hall Marketplace. For more information, visit www.cullmanoktoberfest.com.
And don't miss out on Wits and Grits Free belly laughs and food for thought Saturdays at 10 a.m. begins August 15th, so don't miss out on those. Ben South's One-Liner Diner on the Southern Humor Highway.
Those are every Saturday but Labor Day.
And that's at the Red Door Cafe. And if you have a community billboard, don't forget to visit us online at mycolemantv.com or send us an email at mycolemantv@gmail.com or give us a call at 256-734-7399. And don't forget to like us on Facebook at My Cullman Television. And again, we are sponsored by Pepsi. And wishing you a happy birthday today, Summer Borwick. And don't forget, we're going to do that drawing for a weekly winner on Friday, and that weekly winner will receive an ice cream cake from Dairy Queen. And don't forget to send us your anniversaries online. We'll draw for a $15 gift certificate from the Candle Garden on Friday.
And again, if you didn't already know, as we've mentioned before, our sponsor of the day is indeed Kathleen Morgan with State Farm. Again, turn their first savings up to discounts with 40%. And again, that's everything from home, health, and autos. Definitely give her a call at 256-734-4640. Don't want to miss out on an opportunity to get some great savings. And definitely go and check us out on Facebook. Like the page. Check us out. We want to know what's going on with the community and you guys. Maybe there's something you want to tell us, some feedback. Maybe there's a community story we weren't aware of. Maybe you have an event that you would like to tell, or maybe you just want to post a funny joke of the day. We don't know. Just definitely get on there. We want to hear from you. We'd love to hear from everybody, specifically you who's watching right now. You in particular are the reason that we have a Facebook. We want to hear from you. I mean that.
He's just full of the jokes today.
I have to be. It's Monday.
All right. Well, there you go, making Monday into something special, too.
Yeah, so everybody has to make Monday their own little whatever. So we have Miss Patricia McGriff from the Pilots Club tomorrow.
The Pilot Club is a wonderful organization, like we were mentioning earlier. Great ways to get involved in the community, ways to give back, and be service-oriented. Pilot Club is all about that. So we're really excited to speak with Miss Patricia and see what they have coming up.
Absolutely, and maybe learn a little bit about how we can get involved as well. Because get involved in as much as you can. You've only got a short time on Earth. Might as well make it as meaningful as possible.
That sounds great.
Alrighty, so what are you doing today? It's Monday.
I'm going to work.
Wow, you sound exciting.
I am exciting.
Oh, I'm sorry. You sound excited.
I am excited. I am. So it's going to be a really busy, awesome week. We've got a lot coming up too,
And you can believe it's almost the end of the month
already. I can't, and this Saturday coming up, and I'm probably going to mention this all week, but it's such a great thing. Farm Y'all is coming up, and if you don't know what that is, call 256-734-0454 for more information. That is our annual celebration of agriculture and local farmers, just a celebration of all of that. Cullman County is #1 in ag, and we are really proud of that. So this festival highlights that in every way.
If you've ever needed an opportunity to just watch a giant vegetable be destroyed, this is it. Because at the end of it, they drop a giant vegetable from a crane. And I as an idiot, that's fantastic for me. I just like watching destruction everywhere.
Definitely the highlight of the festival.
Just be like, hey everyone, I know that you've learned things, but it's time to distract you from that by dropping a giant thing and watching it explode, which is fantastic. So I'm going for that reason in particular. Alrighty, yeah. Well, okay. Enjoy work today. It's kind of hard to top that when we have a giant exploding vegetable.
That's true. Yeah.
Well, I'm Jacob Murphy.
I'm Natalie Bonner.
And again, everyone here at My Cullman Television hopes you have a great Monday and try to stay out there. Okay. We'll see you tomorrow.